Stratton we will go, a Stratton we will go. Hi ho the dairy-o, a Stratton we will go. Alright, so, yeah. Corny, but effective, I guess, maybe. Some may differ. Alright, so, game 148. 2008 Phillies Super Advanced Replay, September 13th. Day game. I believe this is a Friday game. And, actually, I think this is actually Saturday now that I think about it. I think this was a Friday, Monday series, and so the Phillies hosting an afternoon tilt at Citizens Bank Park against the Brew Crew. So, first, if you haven't watched the video that I've titled Manifesto, you may have to look a little deeper in the title to find that actual name, but it's there. Watch it because I'm basically trying to explain the reason that I'm going to continue doing this here on the channel. I'm going to try and pick it up and do more of the games, and I just want to keep everybody aware that, you know, if things get a little crazy, just be forewarned. I'm hoping that they don't, but you never know. All right, so may also address another small issue that I want to talk about after the game. We will get to that later if there's time. So, we are about 2 weeks away from this being completed as far as the schedule goes. So, we've got two lefties. Let's get the lineups out of the way. Ricky Weeks at second base will lead off for the Brewers. I'll go ahead and show you the cards. Ricky Weeks, second base, Brewers. J.J. Hardy, shortstop, batting second. Ryan Braun, left field. Prince Fielder, first, batting fourth. Corey Hart, in right, fifth. Sixth batter, Mike Cameron in center. Very, very strong center fielder. Bill Hall at third. Not such a great fielder at third. Jason Kendall catching, above average arm. And pitcher's hitting card number 4 for Manny Parra, lefty for the Brewers. And for the Phillies, it'll be Jimmy Rollins. Yeah, Phanomatic, he was on the Brewers back then. Jimmy Rollins at short, leads off Chase Utley at second base, bats second, a little different. Usually we found him in third batting order. Jason Worth will bat third, and he'll be in right field. Ryan Howard at first, usual cleanup hitter. Pat Burrell, left field, bats fifth. Shane Victorino, center field. Good range, good arm, pretty good at fielding. So, Pedro Feliz, third base, pretty at there, good range. Could do a little better in fielding the ball. Carlos Ruiz, a pretty good defensive catcher, not so good on the hitting side of things. And then you got pitcher's hitting card number 3 for Cole Hamels. What else was I going to say? There was something that came to mind, and now... Oh, I know. Ryan Howard, currently 48 home runs. It'd be great to see him eclipse 50. I think he had 46 in real life. I believe he's still leading the league with 48, so we'll see. So here we go with the ballpark conditions on a day game in September. I forgot to put the symbols down. I like to do that ahead of time. And so it's going to be right there. 1 to 4 is good. 5 to 15 average is an 11, so that means it'll be average. So we come across here. It's 10 and 7 for singles. As you can see, single left and right, and then home run left and right, 10 and 7, and then 13s for the home runs. So the ball won't be flying quite as readily out of South Philly's very own Citizens Bank Park. But all right, so Hamels will face Ricky Weeks to start Game 2. Phillies took Game 1. They're at 81 and 66. Milwaukee 85 and 62, and I believe they're still ahead of the Cubs in the Central. 2-9, and Ricky Weeks may start off with a dinger, 1-7, and it will be a double for Weeks. Comes off the wall. Victorino plays it pretty well, all things considered, but that's going to be a leadoff double. J.J. Hardy. .211, and the 2 column is going to nip Hamels here. 1-13 double. And back-to-back doubles, and immediately the Phillies are down 1-0. So already a tough break there, and it'll probably go to 1 now that we've switched to a card that doesn't prefer the 2. But here is Ryan Braun. Okay, 4-7 righty. That's a strikeout. Now let's see. J.J. Hardy, what's his second steal number? It's a 6, so he's not held at second base. Prince Fielder, not so great against lefties, but still dangerous. 110, that'll be a grounder to short. Hardy will not try to advance with 1 out. He's going to stay at second, and it'll come up to Corey Hart to try and drive him home. And with 2 outs, Hart against a righty, 4-11. That's a grounder to third, and Felice picks it up, throws across the diamond for out number 3. 1 run for the Brewers. Lead off double, followed by J.J. Hardy's RBI double. Puts the Phillies behind by 1. Hello, Tribe fan. Hello. I can't remember if I said hi to Ken, but I definitely said hi to Mr. Fan-O-Matic. All right, so I already went over the Phillies lineup. Jimmy Rollins will be first against lefty Manny Parra. And Parra plunks him. Sorry, I have 2 different styles of scorekeeping. One when I'm on the channel, one when I'm not, and sometimes it creeps in. So Parra is a 0 hold. Kendall -1. Doesn't mean Rollins won't try to get a lead, but what we might do is we're going to try and hit and run with Utley. Because they're holding Rollins on, that's going to make an A. But a 2, we now check, and it's 5. So that means potential passed ball. But Kendall, 7 throwing error, 0 passed ball. So no passed ball there. We're just going to roll for the hit and run. 6-4 against the lefty. That's a fly ball to center, so no hit and run doesn't make any changes there. Center fielder Mike Cameron, about as good as you can get. 1-E1. And a 12, I think that's going to be a shallow fly. Well, it's medium fly. No advancing chance there. And I think even with an E1, 15 is fine. And yes, only a 2-base error with a 17. So that'll be caught by Mike Cameron for out number 1. Jason Worth. Now we're going to try and get Rollins a lead. Oh, and it could potential for a balk. Parra, 1-4. Rollins will not be able to get a good lead, but 1-4 could get a balk. And it's an 11, so no. So Rollins not running. To 4, and Worth will draw a walk, so Rollins will be able to move up to second on his own. Now, what we could do here with Rollins, it would be a little chancy because Kendall and Parra are pretty good as a tandem. Could try to steal third, but what you do is you subtract 4. If he gets a good lead, you subtract 4, and then you'd have to subtract another 1. So that'd be a 1-9. 45% not great. I think we will just let Howard hit and take the good and take the bad of it, which the bad would be a double play ball. So Ryan Howard with one away, first and second, and that's a 2-9. He strikes out for out number 2. And now Pat Burrell with 2 outs. And there's a 2-9, and there is a double. So that will go deep, and Rollins will tie the ball game. Jason Worth, well, they got Victorino coming up. You could, let's see, Worth wouldn't be held as the trail runner, so in a 2, and you get a 2-tick head start as well, be with 2 outs. So that makes it 1-16. Double and the center fielder Cameron -1, so 115. Good odds. I think we're going to send Worth here. So a little bit of a gamble here, and it's a 1. He is safely in. Burrell is going to hold up at second. Could have gotten a run down if he wanted to, I guess, but he's going to hold up at second. So Victorino, 2-1 Phillies. At the plate with Burrell at second. 1-9. And it's a fly ball to right field, and that will be caught by Corey Hart. But 2 runs to start. And we'll go to the second. So Phanomatic is playing 67 Mets and 2017 Yanks. Oh, joy. Everybody knows how I feel. But I'll digress. Have fun. That's what we do. Have fun. Mike Cameron, 6'10" against a righty. That's a grounder to third base, and that will be caught. So, caught at first by Howard for the out. 1 away. Bill Hall against a righty, 4-9. Well, that's a 1-9 single chance off Hamels' card. But it's a 10. That'll be a liner to Felice. And so out number 2. And Jason Kendall. 3-4. And 3 column for Kendall is good, except for the 4 is one of the ones that's nabbed. It'll be caught by Howard, and he will run it to the bag. And Hamels 1-2-3 in the second, and we'll go to the bottom of the inning. 2-1 lead for the Phils. Hi, Manny. We got Manny Parra here, so Felice, 6'10" righty. So X, that'll be Kendall. Good, pretty good range, pretty good fielder. 2 and 14 will be a foul out, unless there's an error, and there isn't. So Kendall squeezes it for out number 1. Carlos Ruiz. 2-4. He's going to draw a 1-out walk. So Hamels will come up. Hamels a B bunter. He will be made a C bunter if he, because they would play with the corners in. And gonna let him swing away here. So let's see what happens. Corners are in, remember. 1-5. And that's going to be a double play ball. 6-4-3. Right out of that inning. So trying to see if Hamels can put it in a place where they weren't, and it didn't work out. So going to the third, it's still 2-1. All right, Manny Parra has a pitching hitting card number 4. And a 110, that's a grounder to third base. Phillies throws over for the out. Pedro getting a lot of work so far. Ricky Weeks doubled in the first. Against a righty 5-3 grounder to Howard. Nothing's routine for Howard. 4E20. 4 and in 11. He will get to it. Will he be able to underhand accurately for the out? And I believe that is a yes on the E20. Oh, no, it's a 10. It's errant. Pulls Hamels away from the bag, and so that will be an E3. And now Weeks. Well, basically Hamels and Ruiz are similar to Parra and Kendall. So Weeks will try to get a lead here. 5 or 6 on the ad. And it's an 8, so no. And again, with the second number, just doesn't make much sense. What we could do is hit and run with Hardy, though. But with one out, I don't like hitting and running with one out usually. Especially Hardy isn't like the greatest offender of the ground ball double play. But all right, so 5-5 righty strikes out. So that's 2 outs. That would have been that would have moved the runner up, though. So Ryan Braun at the plate, 2 outs. 2-6, grounder to short, and that'll be it. So he works around the air, and it will go to the bottom of the third with a 2-1 lead for them fighting Phillies. Okay, J-roll. Top of the order here in the bottom of the third. Batting from the right side, 6-6, 1-3 single. Oh, and it was almost a 1. There's a line out to third. Caught by Bill Hall, 1 out. Sharp shot, and now Chase Utley. 3-11. This is a ballpark home run chance. 1-13 on the ballpark home runs. Get back, and that's an 18. It stays in. It'll be caught on the track by Corey Hart, out number 2. Brewers dodge a bullet there. Here's Jason Worth. 6-6 righty. That's another 1-3 single. And it'll be another liner to Hall, and it'll be 1-2-3. So I will say in the last game, the Brewers got a couple of those ballpark chances that were 1-17, and they had pretty bad luck. So, but then there was a game before the Phillies had a couple that went the wrong way on, playing at home, getting some rough rolls there on the D20. But Prince Fielder now, top of the fourth, 2-1, 3-8. And this is going to be out of here, barring another one of these freak rolls. 1-15 gone. And it is out of here. Game tied up. Home run, Prince Fielder. 2-2. Corey Hart. And he strikes out on the 1-9. So Mike Cameron. And he strikes out on a 2-9. So Hamels settles down after tossing up a meatball to Fielder and Bill Hall with 2 outs. Against a righty, 6-8, and that is trouble. That will be at least a double, 1-13, or at least a single. That'll be a double. So Hamels could potentially walk Kendall. He's going to pitch to him, though. 2 outs. Runner on second. 4-6 righty, and he is down on strikes. So 1 run, ties it up at 2. Going to the bottom of the fourth. So, yeah. What do we got here? We've got 7, 8 people checking it out. So, thanks for tuning in. all square at 2, and Ryan Howard to the plate, sitting on 48 homers. 411 against a lefty, and this is another ballpark chance. Could he break the tie? 1-13, it's way back, and oh boy, that's a 1-13. That makes that a center field check. Center fielder's Cameron. 1-3 on the robber. Does he rob it, or is it gone? 1-3 is a home run. The rest he robs it. So, and he robs it. So that's going to be two. The Phillies have had 2 taken away. So Pat the Bat, 6-6 righty. That's another 1-3. We have yet to hit one of these either. That's a line out to third. So 2 down. Shane Victorino, 5-10 against a righty. That's a ballpark single. Batting from the right, 1-7. That's a 3. So Victorino going to try to get a lead here with 2 outs. Might try stealing anyway, but let's. Well, he gets a 3, and so he needed 2 to 5 or 11 or 12, so he does get to go. Subtract 2 and then subtract 1 for the pitcher catcher. Makes it 1-15, and at 16 he's thrown out. Phillies getting some tough rolls here in the early going. So we're going to go to the 5th. 2-2, and the pitcher coming up the bat. Hey, Bob Borowick, how are you? And it is Manny Parra. 2-7, strikes out. Ricky Weeks, 1 for 2, double, and reached on an air. 1-8 is a strikeout. That's the 5th one for Hamels, and actually the 6th one for Hamels, 7th one for Hamels. Like, they keep going up. J.J. Hardy now with 2 outs. 3-6, a 1-4 single. 17 grounded to second. Utley over to Howard for the out. 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Again, tied at 2. And there is Craigamundo. Rinjidip. So, what do we got? Felice, bottom of the order, Felice, Ruiz, Hamels against Parra. 4-9 against a righty. 1-6 normal home run, and he has normal power against lefties. Phillies would really appreciate a 1-6 here after a bunch of high rolls when it could help them. It's gone. Home run, Pedro Felice. It's out of here, and that is going to make it 3-2. So Parra kind of working around some minor issues here and there, but this one, that's a major issue. Carlos Ruiz. He's going to hit a tall pop-up that's going to be caught by Hardy for out number 1. It'll be Cole Hamels now. Cole, they're not going to take out yet, especially now that he's got the lead. 6-6. Against a lefty, that's a walk, so not what Parra is hoping to do. He doesn't want to give away an easy base on ball. So now Rollins comes up. Actually considered hitting and running here with Rollins, but let's go ahead and 3-8, and there it is. Should have probably done that. That is a grounder to short, 6-4, and Rollins just isn't there in time, so it's going to be a single run this inning for the Phillies, but they do retake the lead, but Rollins ends it with a grounded into double play. Hardy to Weeks over to Fielder, and we'll go to the top of the 6th with a 3-1 or 3-2 Phillies lead. But Brewers have the meat of the lineup coming up. Braun 0 for 2, Fielder 1 for 2 with a tying home run in the fourth, and then Hart 0 for 2. So Braun, he's going to hit it on the ground to Rollins, and Rollins running throw in time, accurate. Prince Fielder already gone deep once. And that's going to be another grounder to Rollins, and this time Rollins doesn't have to hurry it. Just a nice nonchalant throw over, gets Fielder for out number 2, Corey Hart. And he strikes out, so through 6, Cole Hamels with a 3-2 lead over the Brewers. And the bottom of the 6th, it'll be 2-3-4 up for the Phillies. Utley, Worth, and Howard. So, a little recap here. So far, the Phillies, 2 RBI double for Pat Burrell in the first, gave them a 2-0 or 2-1 lead. That was after J.J. Hardy drove in Ricky Weeks with nobody out right off the bat. So, but that was 2-1 after 1. Brewers tie it up on Fielder's home run, and then Felice goes deep in the 5th, and that's where we stand, 3-2, going to the bottom of the 6th, and we're going to lead off here with Chase Utley, lefty against Manny Parra. Parra still throwing pretty well, although he has given up the lead. And he's going to hit his second batter on the night. This will be Utley on the 2-8, so... let's see. Let me take a look at the Brewers, who they used. A couple pitchers there I don't have in the. Don't have Tim Dillard, I guess. Maybe they switched out a couple in the meantime. But what we'll do is we will get. Let's see. I'm trying to decide. We will get. I think McClung is. I had him in the rotation, but we're gonna have him come out and get warmed up. So Utley. We'll try to steal second here. Needs a 5. Doesn't get the lead, so he can't. So he will hold on. Jason Worth. Righty against Parra. Against a righty 4-4. Grounder to short. Hardy 2E17. They're holding Utley. Worth, though, as a righty. So Hardy, the 2E17, is in effect. But a 3, that is a grounder 3. His only play is going to be to first. Does he make the play? And a 10, he does. But Utley will be able to advance. And that's out number 1. That's almost as good as a hit and run there, I suppose. So now Ryan Howard up. And McClung may come in for Burrell if he runs into any trouble with Howard. One 7. That is a potential triple for Howard. 1-5. That would score a run if it falls in that particular geographic area. And that is a 2. And that is going to be a triple for Howard. Into score will come Utley, and I think that's going to be it for Parra. So triple, and that, wow. Big hit there from Howard, and Parra pitched pretty well today, but that's going to be it. The manager comes and pulls McClung in, and let's see. Gonna do a little double switch here, I do believe. Give McClung a chance to pitch to some guys. So Hart was the last batter. They're going to bring in Tony Gwynn Jr. and it's in the 6th, and so it'll be McClung. Corey Hart goes to the discard pile, and it'll be Seth McClung coming in here to face with Howard at third. They're going to play infield in for Burrell. They'll take it home if they have to. Oh, potential pass ball or balk. That's a balk. No. I mean, that's a balk check, and McClung has 0, so let's just keep going. Runner at third, 1 out. 2-10. This one is a ballpark home run shot, 1-13. Could he score 2? And it's gone. Pat Burrell takes it out of here, and that is going to make it a 6-2 ball game. McClung gets hurt by that was a ballpark home run, but it was off the hitter's card, so, and it would have been for either side of the plate, so just comes in and Burrell feeling it, feels it right out of Dodge. So here's Victorino now with 1 out, nobody on, against a lefty 5-5. That's a strikeout. And so with 2 outs, brings up Pedro Feliz. Already hit a home run. 4-6, a strikeout. Ends the inning, but not before Ryan Howard triples and Pat Burrell goes yard, and that makes it a 6-3 or 6-2 lead for the Phillies. Comfortable margin at the moment, and it's going to be the top of the 7th, and Mike Cameron will be up against Hamels. And 4-9 against a righty. That's a 1-9 single chance. We've seen that before. They got the benefit of it one time. This should be an out if the numbers play right, and they do. It's a liner to third, and that will be out number 1. But doesn't necessarily mean they always play right. We've seen that before. Bill Hall with 1 out. 6-5 righty, grounder to Rollins. 1 E8. It takes a lot. Well, there's a 1, and Rollins still gets to it. So the E8, he would need high roll, and it's a 15 that's not quite high enough. He will make the play. E8 need a 16, 17, or 18. That's a 15. So almost. Jason Kendall now with 2 outs. 2-10. Ballpark single chance. Righty 1-7. And it's a 2. He will get on base, and it'll be bring up Tony Gwynn Jr. Well, they will stick with him. He's actually he's better against lefties and righties. He'll potentially earn a walk here with 2 outs if he can get it on his card in the 1 column, or a lot of the rolls in the 3 column. But a 5-9 against a lefty. Normal home run, he is weak against lefties, but that will be a single 2-star. And so that's going to make first and third with 2 outs. And it's going to bring up Ricky Weeks with a chance to maybe get them right back in the game. If he could knock one out of here, he'd make it 6-5. But so infield back, 2 outs, Ricky Weeks. And they got to think about going to the pen here in a minute with Hamels. 6-7 righty. Grounder to second. Can Utley get the job done? Let's see. Gwynn Jr., they were probably holding him, right? Oh, yeah. So it's going to make him a 3E14. 3 and 8 is trouble. Yes, it's going to get through. That is a single, and that will score the run. And that'll be a single 2 stars. So the Phillies will definitely pull the plug on Hamels here. They're going to get, let me see who they use. They'll get Chad Durbin ready to roll, call him out. And Hamels, Well, he's responsible for the guys on base. He can only win. He can't lose. And it'll be Chad Durbin coming in, trying to get through this 7th. And got the dangerous J.J. Hardy coming up. Could try to go with Counsell here, but I think Hardy's a little more dangerous. This is the tying run. And J.J. Hardy, that is a 4-11 against a righty. Fly ball to left. Oh, boy, that's Pat Burrell. 5 range. 5 and 6. That's a double, I think. Double with 2 base advance. And I don't think he makes an error, but man, this is not what you draw up if you're a Phillies. So Gwynn Jr. comes in. Weeks. You got Ryan Braun coming to the plate. You're going to send Weeks, right? Yeah, you got to send him. Phillies will throw. So Weeks was being held on, if you recall. We checked that the last time. So we were holding on Gwynn. We're definitely holding on Weeks. So 18-17, and that double was to Burrell. He's -1. 1-16. And he is thrown out. So that ends the inning. 7-6-2 on the double, and that will be the final out. So 2 runs, but a big roll of the D20 there on 18. Gets Weeks and gets Durbin out of a potential big inning with Braun coming to the plate. So 7th inning stretch. The Phillies still lead 6-4. And the Brewers are going to go back to the bullpen. They're going to get Carlos Villanueva warming up. The Phillies, I think they've seen enough of Durbin. They'll, let's see who's coming up. Braun, Field, or Hart. They're going to get Cianez, and well, no, they're going to get Scott Iyer warming up. Phillies will. Trying to set up for Lidge, so okay. Bottom of the 7th, and it's Villanueva. Let's see who. Wait, we could stay with McClung. Never mind, we can stay with McClung. I forgot we double switched him, so no new pitcher. Gonna stay with him. All right. Manager emerged from the dugout but retreated quickly. So Ruiz, bottom of the 7th, 6-7 righty. That's a grounder to second. Weeks 4 and 15. He gets to it. E21 and 8. He does make the play. Just double checking, but I was pretty sure about that one. So the pitcher spot, the Phillies will, let's see, who are they going to call on here to pinch hit? Oh, we'll go with the old Greg Dobbs here. The Dauber. Greg Dobbs against McClung. 3-7. That's a fly ball towards Cameron. Cameron underneath it makes the play. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up J-Roll, top of the order. He is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Betting from the left, 6-8. A 1-8 single. 6, and that'll give Rollins a chance to try and get a lead. 4, 5, or 6. 6, yes, he does. 19, -1, 18, then -2, 17, 1-16. He is in there. Stolen base. And Utley with a chance maybe to add another insurance run on here. 2 outs, runner at second. 6-9, lefty strikes out. So we'll go to the 8th. No runs 1 hit, 1 left. And the Phillies are going to go with Scott Iyer to face Braun. Fielder and Hart. Did I use Iyer? No. The Phillies didn't use him either. I'm tempted to use Romero, but all right. Actually, we don't face Hart. That's the pitcher spot that comes up. They will get Villanueva going now. So, Braun first against Iyer. 5-8 against a righty. That's a grounder to Utley. 2E14, 2 and 14, he gets to it. E14 and 13, he makes the play. Out number 1, Prince Fielder, lefty matchup. That's a 6-4 against a lefty. Grounder to second. Utley throws to first for the out. 2 outs. The pitcher spot, and they're going to have Ray Durham come in here and take a crack at Iyer. So Ray Durham, 2 outs. 6-10, batting from the right. Fly ball to center. That's Victorino out there. 1, E2, 1 and 5. He gets under it. E2 and 14. He makes the play, right? Let's double check. He does. So that sets up Lidge. McClung out of the game. Durham won't stay. He'll go on back on the pile. We're going to go to the bottom of the 8th. And Villanueva will come in for the Brew Crew. Going to face Worth Howard and Pat the Bat, who's already taken one out of here. So Worth 0 for 2 with a walk and runs scored. 4-8 righty. Struck him out. Ryan Howard. 2-8. Struck him out. And just a reminder, Brad Lidge is warming up 6-4 at the moment for the Phillies. And Pat Burrell. Where did you are? Have to bring the ball boy in here to bring in some new balls as the one got away. And so Burrell with 2 outs. Sorry if the shot isn't in the screen. Things kind of migrate here over time. Against a righty, 4-11. Fly ball to right, and it'll be caught by Tony Gwynn Jr. So no runs in the 8th for either team. We're going to go to the top of the 9th. Brad Lidge looking for a save. Phillies are going to bring in Eric Bruntlett. For a defensive substitution in the 9th, and it'll be Lidge. Trying to close this out. So he's got Mike Cameron to start. 6-4 lead. A little bit of a cushion. Not much, but just a little bit. High Strat Delaware. Cameron to lead off. Against a righty, 5-8. A grounder to second. 2E14. Come on, Utley. Don't let us down now. 17. He gets to it. And a 7, he makes the play. Yes, 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 yes. Making doubly sure. So let's see. What do we have here? Can go. So who did the Brewers use in this game as? They used Alcides Escobar, Angel Salome as well. Take a look at their cards, because I don't really want to jerk them around. If at all possible. Joe Dillon as well. All right, we're gonna use Mike Lamb here. Actually, we won't. We may use him for Kendall. We go 6, 7, 8. Let's go with Counsell here. Craig Counsell's going to come in and pinch hit for Hall. They need a base runner or multiple hits, so it's going to be Counsell. I think he might be the current Brewers manager, but in any regard. So Counsell facing Lidge. Lefties not so good. Or Lidge is not so good against lefties. His 4-column can catch some bad stuff. And a 2-7 against a righty. Fly ball to right. Worth comes in, makes the catch for out number 2. And Kendall, yeah, he's got a 1-18 single on that 3-7. Feel like you should probably stick with him and leave Lamb for if he can get on. So 2 outs, righty Jason Kendall up. Don't need to roll the D20. 2 outs, and Lidge close it out. And there's a 3-3 ballpark single. That would bring Lamb to the plate if he can beat this out. 1-7. Is the game over? It's a 17. It's over. It's caught. That will be a liner. Actually, he doesn't have to beat it out. It's just a liner to short. Phillies take game 2 by a final of 6-4. Cole Hamels victorious against Manny Parra. The big hit, Pat Burrell's 2-run home run in the 6th, provided the final margin for victory, and that'll be it here for today. I wanted to, let's see, what do we got here for time? 47. Yeah, let's just take a moment here. So Phillies win. They draw to within, I believe, a half a game. So they were already there at one point, and then Atlanta took a couple games from the Nats, and just that's the way it goes sometimes. It's been an adventure. All right, so just want to mention about our Facebook group. I don't know how many people we have watch these that are on the Facebook. I mean, I think a lot of the people that watch these participate on the Facebook group. I don't know how many people who are on the Facebook group either participate or watch these after the fact. But let me just say this. I'm okay with, I don't want to take any questions off of the group or anything like that. But I really don't like the idea that people are going to ask for intellectual property to be given away or for links to find it to be given away. As much as, and I know I have had someone ask me, someone asked me to make a video airing grievances about Strat. Maybe I will at some point. But regardless of what I think of Stratomatic, Hal Richmond, I don't know who's responsible for ATBA. I know Keith at Play Games. You know, you got Payoff Pitch. What is that? I forget the name of that company. But, and you've got a lot of other Inside Pitch. We've seen some games on the channel there. I mean, these guys, it's their intellectual property. The games can be a little expensive at times. But, I mean, I don't think they're really taking a lot of markup on these things. If they are, I mean, have you ever thought about making your own game? I mean, I know some of you have. And it's no easy feat. I mean, I would ask that you respect the designers and the guys that run these companies and the people that are employed by the companies. I mean, they're, you know, with Stratomatic, it's a multiple person operation. With some of the others, I'm not sure if it's multiple persons or one person kind of handles a lot, wears a number of different hats. But I would just ask that you respect that. I mean, some games, like, for instance, History Maker Golf, or like the Play games, they're very user-friendly as far as creating content. But again, it's kind of like, let's not create content that is already available for sale, because it's just not right. I mean, don't take money out of their pockets. I mean, we all enjoy being able to play their games. Now, I understand that some of the people asking about charts and stuff, it's because you've already purchased the game and you're kind of looking for a way to replace those charts. I get it. Um, I would just, I would just ask that. I just don't want to see. Uh, I don't want to see the ability for someone to basically go out and get these things and be able to put together their own game to play without reimbursing the people who actually designed and and I'm, as a scientist, as a musician, um, I have a lot of respect for the people who are idea generators. um, so the fact that people put these games together is an awesome thing that we all benefit from, and sure, they benefit from it too. But let's try to make sure that we aren't um, that we're not taking money out of the pockets um, that deserve it for creating games that we mostly enjoy. I think I mean, I enjoyed Strat a ton up until the point that I tried this project, and I'm still enjoying it at times. I think airing some of the stuff like I did earlier, kind of like, it's like a, you know so I've done some like um, rescue, firefighting type stuff, like training for work. I'm on a emergency team, and I mean, when you see like a tank, a propane tank on fire, I mean, that sucker is spouting off gas and burning gas like you wouldn't believe. And it's kind of like that way when you let things build up. It's just like inside you, when it starts to come out, it's really tough to like bottle back up and cool it off. And once it cools off, you kind of like rest and you get back to sort of a steady state. But until that point, you're just sort of like popping off, and you're not only a danger to yourself but others around you. I don't want to be driving anybody away from playing these games. So just a little addendum to what I said earlier. So anyway, that was my spiel. You know, we I know almost everybody who watches this channel has probably invested a lot of money in these games. So I'm not really trying to like bust anybody who has already given a lot of money. That's not what I'm trying to do. I just want to make sure that our Facebook page doesn't get flagged as a place that's, um, you know, promoting piracy or enabling piracy. I just, you know, we love these games, and I think we're providing a lot of exposure for these games. Um, I think a lot of you may not have known about these games if it wasn't for Tabletop Baseball, whether it's Tabletop Earl or myself. So, and the other great channels that are out there. Again, we've said it before on other um, episodes, or games that we've played, but um, we with this channel we tend to like, and also with my channel Tenacious Strat, I try to like a number of videos each day. I don't find them all, because and I'm not religious about it. Some days I just don't do it, and I should do it more often, but I try to somewhat to try and show others what's out there. Um, we should, yeah, we should put a little like a frequently asked questions or some kind of a spiel. But go out there and if this type of stuff, if you like this type of stuff, if you're like a cord cutter and you don't watch, Big Brother Survivor or whatever, blah 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 blah, American Real Housewives, uh, Big Bang Theory, all the shows that are out there. If you don't watch any of it and your thing is I like this, there's a lot of stuff going on. So just be if you can support these other channels, that would be awesome. I try to watch some, but it's really not I get my nose to the grindstone of playing this series, and then with family stuff, it's not always easy, but just I know you guys, and you guys are loyal. I mean, I've seen the way that you guys stick by other channels, and I mean this one, and we just really appreciate you. So anyway, a little 10-minute add on to this show, but all in all, I think everybody here respects the work that goes in, not only with the projects, but also the guys that create the games where we can, the media for these projects. So thanks a lot. I don't think I'll get another game in tonight. If I do, it will be offline. But keep your eyes out, because I'm hoping to get some more in here, and coming down the stretch should be interesting. Thanks a lot. Good night, everybody, and God bless.